Hey, hope everybody's keeping safe and well. So Monday was traditionally the day, I suppose, when you were collecting all your offers from your open houses and your viewing days at the weekend. My suspicion is that for a lot of people that's changed now, and actually you're having to have conversations with your owners where you don't have any offers. And it kind of got me thinking that there's probably quite a few negotiators out in our profession at the minute that have never actually had to give feedback as such, because you may have had 10 viewings on the weekend and 8 people didn't want to buy it, but you didn't need to worry about them because you were phoning Mr. or Mrs. Seller and saying, look, I've got 2 offers for you. And the bidding war can kind of start from there. It's probably been like that for quite a few years. So actually, bearing in mind you can be a manager in our profession after about 3 years, we might have negotiators that don't really know what they're doing, and actually managers that haven't dealt with it either. So I just wanted to give my thoughts on delivering feedback when someone's not buying a property. So my feeling is good news should be delivered with emotion. So, great news, got you an offer, but bad news should be delivered without emotion. So, for instance, if you take it to an extreme example, if I went to the doctors and touch wood there isn't, but there was something wrong with me, I don't want the doctor to say, Matt, before we start, can I just tell you you've got the most beautiful blue eyes I've ever seen and the most fantastic hair. I want them to say, this is what's wrong and this is what we're going to do to fix it. And it's much the same with the houses. You don't need to tell Mr. or Mrs. Seller that they loved the area or the kitchen was beautiful, because that's the bit they're going to hear and you're building their hopes up. Really, for me, it should be, okay, so they're not going to make an offer and this is what they said, if you manage to get the feedback. And this is what we're now going to do. So before you're really making that call, you should have the next stage of your marketing plan in place. So has some new inquiries come in? Can you premium list it? Is there a different phone out you can do? Do you have a video to launch? Something like that. So listen, we haven't got the result we wanted, but this is what we're now going to do. But again, don't flower it up. Agents, we love to talk. He says waffling on for over 2 minutes. And we don't like giving bad news, do we? So we love to say, yeah, they really loved it. But this is it. And at the end, they're not going to buy it. Just cut straight to the chase. Sorry, Dave, they're not going to buy the house. This is why, or they couldn't tell me why, which is perfectly valid, and I'll probably talk about it again. But this is what I'm going to do to find someone to buy it. Hope that helps, makes sense. If you are working an agency and you're not used to giving feedback and you don't know how to do it and you're not being trained, it is honestly nothing to be embarrassed about. Drop me a message and I'll help anybody I can. Thanks.